He is coming off arguably the greatest season ever by a college quarterback. Played against 7 teams that were ranked in the top 10 at the time, beat them all, never had a bad game. Huh? What's
Just
up,
kidding.
guys? This is Alex, and that's Steven, and this is another episode of Let Me Finish, and that was the worst introduction that we've done. So, hopefully I scream something so Steven can make this better when he edits the video.
What's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to Let Me Finish. Today we're going to talk about Joe Burrow, Cincinnati Bengals, and John Elway. Should Joe Burrow pull an Elway and just not play for the Bengals? If you're new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know every time that we post. And if you like the content we put out, don't forget to smash the like button and always comment. But anyway, let's get straight to it. Alex, do you think that Joe Burrow should sit out?
A part of me says yes, but a part of me says yes because I think drafting is actually somewhat like almost un-American, like no other industry that I know of anyway. If you're the best in the world at what you are, the best college prospect coming out, do you have to automatically go to the firm that was like the worst at its job the year before? All right, but he shouldn't play for the Bengals, but at the same time, like he should. He's already said he will. I'm gonna go no. He shouldn't pull an Elway and say that he should just play. What I will say is he should maybe do something somewhat revolutionary, which is not sign an extension. Um, if he is offered one and he doesn't think that the Bengals have actually done enough to put around, and that he should
Okay.
maybe go the Kirk Cousins route and make them franchise him twice, or when he gets to the end of his contract, the 5th-year option, obviously, since he's a first overall pick, you know, to just not sign the franchise tender and be like, look, I've given you 5 years of service, and you can either trade me or I cannot play. If you would rather do that, pull kind of a Carson Palmer who said I'd rather retire than play for the Bengals.
Yeah.
But no, I'm gonna say no. He shouldn't pull an Elway.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to go with a two-part point. Part one, the Bengals since 2000 haven't made it past the wild card round.
No,
They
they
made it
haven't.
to the playoffs 6 times since
6 times.
2000.
6 times, one and
The
done
other
every time.
the other 13, they
14.
didn't, whichever, they didn't make it into the playoffs. So this is not a great organization. Now, I will say this, at the very least, Joe Burrow is going to have AJ Green, he's going to have John Ross, he's going to have Joe
Boyd.
Mixon, he's going to have Tyler Boyd. So he's got some good pieces around him to be able to throw to, but who knows how well they're going to be able to build the rest of the team because, as we know, the Bengals are pretty cheap. They like to let stuff go. They don't really like to spend their
They don't like to
money.
spend it for agency. They like to re-sign their own players, but they are notoriously cheap, particularly on like the football ops side. Like their scouting department, from everything I've heard, is like
Yeah.
actually really small. Not
So
not great.
that's point one. The Bengals are just not a good team, and Joe Burrow knows he's going to a not good team. Here's point number two. Like you said, this is one of the only industries that when you're the best player in your class, you go to the worst team. The risk is not greater than the reward for him in this sense. So I don't think he should hold out. I think he should play in this case. But personally,
I
I
might fix it up. It's a
if
line
he
too.
wants to, go ahead and not play. He's within his rights to do so. Now, I do want to talk about Joe Burrow versus Elway as prospects. Alex, what do you think between the two?
All right. Well, this will shock all of y'all watching this, but I wasn't around when John Elway was a was a prospect, so I don't know that I can speak to his college career. I can speak to what everyone has said or everything that I've heard since then, which is that coming out of college, he was like Andrew Luck before Andrew Luck. That's who everyone when Andrew Luck came out, that's who everyone compared him to was John Elway. He was big, he was strong, he could move a bit. Um, And so he was one of the best college prospects coming out ever. Joe Burrow, on the other hand, I don't know that he's that, but he is coming off arguably the greatest season ever by a college quarterback. Played against 7 teams that were ranked in the top 10 at the time, beat them all, never had a bad game. What was it, 66 touchdowns or 60 touchdowns to only 6 interceptions, something like that. Like, he was fantastic, undefeated national champ to boot. So, like, if he is not in a position to demand where he goes or try and dictate where he goes, then I guess no one really is. But I mean, Joe Burrow's, I don't know that we've ever, the only, I guess, real knock, and it's one that I actually have against Burrow as a prospect as well, is he's only done this for 1 year, and I wonder how much of this was Joe Brady versus Joe Burrow.
All right. Well, that's what we thought on Joe Burrow, Joe Flacco, John Elway, and the Bengals.
Joe
If
Flacco?
you liked the video, go ahead and
Wait,
smash the
what
like
did we
button.
say about Joe Flacco? I'm
Talk
so
about
confused.
it in the comment section.
We didn't say anything
and
about Joe
don't forget
Flacco.
to subscribe. All right, y'all. Peace.